going into week 5 now, and one of the things that I don't want to make the same mistake with this year is not giving the team clear directions with the plan. So what they're doing inside now is I've given them the strategic objectives of, right, what's the goals for the month of February. I've given them the evidence of success and what that looks like, and now they're actually putting together the plan. And they need a date, okay? So you need to have, when you write down your action steps, the date that it's going to be done by and who's doing it. So we need initials. Okay? So this is the part that you guys are going to come up with. Okay? So I'll help you with the first one or two, and then I want to leave the room. I want you guys to come up with this. This is your plan, it's not my plan. Okay? So let's go back to the first one, 120 patients a week. Okay, what are the steps that we can do to hit that? So on a weekly basis, what can we be doing? Who's doing it, and when's it going to get done by in order to do that? Okay, I'll start off just to show you. Okay, cancel rebooks, we get that to within 70%. Casey's going to be doing that. Does that make sense? So cancel rebooks. Rebooks at 70%. Casey, what's your surname, man? Hamilton, is it? Okay, and then that's going to be done by the 28th of the 2nd, 21, okay? So what I mean by that is that all of our cancellations, so you know that first row on the value chain, so if we had 10 cancellations in the month of February, Casey's rebooked 7 of them. That's 70%. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's your first one. We've got 10 minutes to fill in the action steps for all of these. Okay, so you guys come up with the plan. Now, what can you be doing? And this is the key point that I've already said it to Sandra today is, we need Sandra. I've already given Sandra a bit of a telling off, and I want you to give her a telling off as well. She can't do everything in this clinic, okay? If we want to grow this thing to this number, she can't physically do it because we're always going to be limited by how many hours of the week that Sandra can work. So she wants to do everything because she wants to do it all herself, but we need to slap her on the wrist and say, you can't do that from here on in, okay? So in the nicest possible way, Sandra, it's a bit like me with the academy as well. You have to give up control a little bit, otherwise we're not going to grow as quickly as we can do. So that's the key thing here, is I don't want to see Sandra's name on too much of this. I want all of our names on it. Okay, now action steps for this stuff. Okay, I'll put my action step here. Okay, full class of 6, a daily organic. Okay, post. Monday to Friday, okay, by 12 p.m. Okay, so that's me. So I'll do that every day. Okay, have you seen the posts I've been putting out and commenting and stuff like that? So I've made a commitment. I've got a daily habit now that every single day, Monday to Friday, I'm posting something for the clinic to drive people into that. Okay. And I'll be doing something similar with this as well, so it won't be just all with the longevity. I'll switch it up a little bit. So that's something I'm going to do every single day. So what are you guys going to do with all of this? Okay, Craig, stand up there for me. You take the markers. You can write some stuff. Get Ollie, get Casey. But I'll come back in 10 minutes. Okay, let's get the first couple done. What I've done in the past is I've probably pushed plans on my staff too much, whereas what I want to do now is I want them to create the plan together, which hopefully the idea of that then is it'll improve the team culture. They'll all feel part of it. When we go and we look at the action steps, actually the vast majority of people should be involved in each of the major and the minor goals for the month. So it's very, very different to what I was doing last year. I was definitely guilty last year of just just saying to Sandra, oh yeah, look, we're making money, great job, keep going. Whereas actually what I've realized is we need to keep the vision clear. So I started the meeting today with, right, what's the vision for the business, right? We want to be the best physio clinic in the country, want to have the best longevity program in the country. What's the 3-year goal? 220 patients. what's the 12-month goal? 180 patients, right? Where do we need to be in June? 150 patients. What's the goal for February? So the goal for February is to get to 120, okay? So it's to get back up to 120 patients a week. We've just taken Carol on. The minor goal is to get another class for the longevity program full. And then from there on then, we want to have the fulfillment really nailed in so that we're delivering a world-class program in terms of longevity as well. So I was really happy that the team actually picked that as the second minor. So it shows that the team, they care about the quality that we're delivering, which then also correlates with the vision of having the best physio and sports injury clinic in the country. We obviously have to have the best quality as well. So I'm really, really pleased with that as well. So that's what we're working on at the moment. Then the last few, what can you do as therapists? Okay, so think about the last few sessions.
Yeah, just promote a class to discharge.
Promote a class to discharge, yeah.
Yeah, I would say would recommend a class. You know, and I'm not talking, you know, if somebody's not a good fit for it, you don't have to recommend. I'm not talking about pushing people into it if they're not a good fit, because that would be just a disaster. But if someone would benefit from the class, we say, oh, I'd recommend the next steps for you are this class. Casey will give you all the information about it at the front desk, and then we have the brochure, and then obviously they need to go into a follow-up funnel as well. But I would also
is it worth mentioning like future plans for like knee OA group?
Yeah, to be honest, we talked a little bit about that, but we're going to double down on this for this month, and then March. Yeah, because if we have minor 2 complete and this is running smoothly, then we'll launch the next class. Whereas if we have to do this and we try to launch a new class, it'll dilute it a bit. Because we want you to be comfortable with this first, and then we can get the OA done. So I would say as well, so you're, how many, let's be specific with that action, how many are you going to recommend a week? I would start with 1 each. You recommend it to 1 person, and then I would pre-frame the class once a day.
Sorry, say that again, Matt?
So then the last action is pre-frame the class once a day. So what I mean by that is you might bring a patient in here and you're doing an exercise, and you might say to them, if they're a qualified lead for this class, then you would say, we do a lot of these types of movements in our longevity program. So they might be in session 2 or 3, but you're just pre-framing the ascension. Does that make sense, Sarah? Because you need to, what we don't want them to do is at the last session, they're only hearing about the class then. They almost need to know about it well in advance before they're discharged, so they're open to it. Because they'll be highly motivated when they're discharged. And then once you get them in and they get the buzz off training, they'll do well. Okay, so do you see how simple it is? Just they're little things that you can do every day that makes a big difference. This week, some cancellations that did not rebook, they're all getting booked back in, which is great. Casey's doing a fantastic job on the front desk. Sandra's going away on holidays this week, so that's going to be a good test now of our systems and our structures, the ability to cope when she is away on holiday, because that's one thing I've said to her, is that we can't be dependent on Sandra. Sandra's a workhorse. She likes to do everything for everyone, but as we scale, we need this thing to be able to, everyone knows their job, everyone has a position on the team, everyone does their job, and we know exactly if we've won or lost, so that's what we're trying to get on with her this week as well. Yeah, entering week 5 of 75 hard. So last week was 28 days. I've lost, I think, 7 kg at this point, including water weight. So I've gone, I kind of say, well, I started 108, but by the Wednesday I was 105. I'm 101.5 now. So I've done the body scan yesterday. I've lost quite a bit of muscle mass as well, I think, just because I've been doing so much walking and running and stuff like that. So I'm going to up the protein intake a little bit now as well. I've also started to do a little bit of intermittent fasting this week as well, just to change it up a little bit, just to keep my body guessing a little bit. So I'm only eating between 12 and 8 p.m. and just obviously increasing the protein uptake as well. So we'll see how that goes, but I think the key lesson this week on 75 hard is consistency. It's just the ability to do things day after day, and that's where then you far too many people, they stop too quickly. So the ability now, it's day, 29, 30, whatever it is, just to keep going day after day. I'm starting to really see the changes now and to really get the benefits. Whereas if I'd stopped a week ago, I would have lost all the benefits that I'm starting to see now in terms of my body's changing, my energy, my focus, my discipline, my resilience, my ability to overcome problems in the business has been a lot better. And I definitely think in terms of anxiety and stuff like that, I do think alcohol has a big part to play in that, whereas I haven't had too much of that in terms of dealing with tough conversations that I've had to have last week in particular. So again, one-to-ones with staff, sometimes they're not nice. I get them to fill out a form, I ask them, honest opinions of how I'm leading and stuff like that, and sometimes it's not nice to hear that. Also, other times, I have to have tough conversations with my staff, and sometimes I tend to shy away from that, whereas this month, I've had to have those tough conversations now because it's actually for the good of the team, and if I don't have those tough conversations with individuals, then I'm letting the team down as well. So I think my mindset around all of that's been a lot better on the back of this program as well, of said no sugar, no alcohol, and training and stuff like that as well. So it's been all good so far. This week coming, it's another standard week as such on paper, so it's just, again, it's about that consistency now of doing the boring stuff and just keeping the routine going, and I said, fingers crossed, it should be another good week ticked off come this time next week.